friends, welcome back to the channel. Today it is time for us to do another update on what's going on in my hoarding closet. For those of you that don't know, a few years ago at this point, I decided to actually hone in on using up what was inside what I have deemed my hoarding closet. Basically, it's like where I have put all of my head to toe body backup items that I have kept that I had been amassing and keeping in a closet. And what started me on this whole long journey of literally years in the making is that I really wanted to take better ownership of what was in there, and I wanted to really focus on using stuff up and not just continuing to hoard it. So my goal has always been to get my hoarding closet down to just having enough items to get me from one Bath & Body Works or really any kind of body care semi-annual sale to another. Thus far, I have not gotten there, but I have made some really great progress over 2018, so that I would talk to you guys about what my closet looks like now. The last time I had done a count was on September 9th, and then I'll be honest, this video is super late. I counted my closet December 4th, and then it kept falling to the back burner of filming. So this is what my numbers look like about a month ago, but not a ton has changed in there in my opinion. So we'll take it category by category. First category that I have are hand soaps. I originally had 10 back in September, and now I am down to 6. So I've used up 4. Hand soaps really aren't a tough category for us to really work through. In fact, a lot of times when Bath & Body Works like randomly will do a $2.95 soap day, I typically will get a few because we can work them really quickly. I'll be surprised if we're not depleted of that population in the next couple of months. Hand creams, I had 2 and now I have 0, which I'm really happy about. I have been trying to use like travel size body lotions as hand creams versus actually purchasing a hand cream, because in my opinion, I don't think they're that different. There were a few times, I would say in like the fall or over the summer maybe, that I had gotten like free item coupons from Bath & Body Works and I didn't know what to spend them on, so I ended up just cashing them in for some hand creams. So I'm happy to have those out of my closet. Foot cream, I have no progress. I had 2 and I still have 2. This has been an area that I really haven't been focusing on a lot, which is terrible because my feet are so dry. I don't know what it is, but I just fell off the wagon for putting foot cream on and I desperately need it, so I need to pull it back into like a challenge or something. That way I actually get myself to use it. For shampoo, we had 3, now we had 2, which isn't really big progress for a solid 3 months worth of time, but I constantly am getting shampoo and conditioner in for couponing, so I've used up more than that. So because of that, I always have some kind of supply in the closet. For conditioner, we had 4, now we have 7. Again, much like shampoo, I'm constantly couponing it, so it's more of like when I have a coupon and can get it for basically free is when I cash in and get it, but we whip through conditioner a lot faster than shampoo, so I'm not at all concerned about that category. For all 3 of my like hair product items that aren't shampoo and conditioner, I really haven't made much progress in there. That's a really difficult part of my collection to work on. I'm only down 1 in those 3 areas, but hopefully I can keep using them in different ways. Now that I've worked through a lot of like my stereotypical leave-in sprays to help with heat protectant, I'm gonna start pulling in creams, and that will maybe help me use up some of the products in those categories. For travel body wash, I had 6, now I have 5. I was using those in the fall to couple up with non-seasonal shower gels that I was using. I found that that worked out really well, and so I think going forward I will keep using that system, so I'm going to try to preserve those travels as much as I can, and then obviously use them for trips here and there, but I don't take trips very often. For body wash, full size, I had 25 and now I have 27. So that is a category that I'm a little bit disappointed in myself for. I've probably used up more than that even shows. It shows an increase of 2, but I was a little lenient with myself, and I had a couple of times I think I had like coupons or I went out and I bought one, and the reality is I don't need to do that. I have plenty in there, so I'm a little bit bummed to have an increase in that category, but the saving grace is that I can go through shower gel much faster than I can body lotion, and I have not bought a body lotion in probably 2 years at this point. Travel body lotion, I had one, I still have one. I really would rather work on full-size items before travel-size items unless I'm going on some kind of trip. So for now, that's just gonna stay put where it is. For body lotions, I had 17 and now I have 19. You're probably saying to yourself, a second ago you said you hadn't bought any. Here's the deal, I acquired those two in subscription boxes, which I know technically I bought them, but I did not know I was going to get them in there. And I'm definitely going to curb my collection of body care subscription boxes in the upcoming year because I really want to get that category down. 19 is a long way from where I started a few years ago with this challenge, but body lotions, I just don't go through that quickly. And so I've really been on a no buy for those for quite some time. For body oil, I had 6, I still have 6. That's going to remain. I will only be using those when I'm mixing them with body lotions in the winter, but if I'm using a body lotion during the spring or summer, it's moisturizing enough that I don't need to bring in that oil property, and I only have oil for a very specific reason, which is again mixing with my regular body lotions in the winter so that they are moisturizing enough. For full-size body creams, or what I call winter body lotions, this is a big jump for me. I had 19, now I have 11, which I'm really excited about. I originally wanted to do what I did last year, which was to do one body cream and then do one body lotion mixed with oil. But for some reason, I just haven't been wanting to do the high maintenance of mixing a lotion and an oil. So I've just been sticking with my body creams. And I feel like, if I'm being honest, if I stick with just the body creams for the remainder of this winter, I'll probably get through them all. I am very liberal and I shower in some capacity every single day, whether I wet my hair or not. I shower all the time because I'm going to the gym all the time. So I can get through body creams really quickly. My skin is also really absorbent in the winter because it tends to be a little bit drier. So I really wouldn't be surprised if I kept working on those 11 and was able to get through them before the end of the winter season. Body scrubs, another good category that I've been working on. I had 23 and now I have 17. I've been trying really hard to work on that category. The only way I've ever taken in body scrubs for the last, I think, 2 years at this point is if they came in a subscription box. But in that 23, I count anything that's a travel size, a deluxe size, a full size. It all gets lumped together with my body scrubs. So I can make quick dents in there if I do start to pull out a bunch of the smaller size ones versus full size ones. For face wash, I had 3, now I have 2. I really would like to be someone who doesn't hoard face wash because it's not that hard to come by and I don't coupon it that often, but I can work through it, so I'm not super concerned about that being in the closet. Face moisturizers, had 5, now I have 4. Again, much like the body scrubs, I count anything no matter what size it is, and so typically what I do is I'll go through my 2 full-size day and night cream, and then I'll go through and wipe out all of the samples that I may have taken in, so I'm sure that number will go down. For toners and serums, I have no change in this category. I had 2, I still have 2. It's not that I haven't been working on them, I've just sort of taken some other things in and I've worked on those. Again, I'll eventually get to them. For hair masks, I had 3 and now I have 2. It doesn't seem like that substantial of a difference, but eventually I will show you guys an empty, and it's of a 40-ounce hair mask that I've been working on for a really long time, and the other 2 that I currently have in the closet are so small compared to that, so I'm sure I can get through them really fast. My last category to talk about are exfoliants. This is an area that I was struggling with because I have so many of them, and for a while I was working on a peel mask, and I'm somebody who feels like if I'm doing a peel, I don't want to also be exfoliating my face on top of that because it just feels like that's too much to do to my skin. So while I was working on that peel, I wasn't exfoliating, which I have mixed feelings about because again, I want to take care of my skin, but I also want to use up my exfoliants. So I had 8 and now I have 7. I do have, I think 3 or 4 of those 7 that are actual mini sizes. So once I get through the full size one that I have in my shower, I can probably whip through those smaller ones really fast. It's just a matter of it sticking with exfoliating for a while. I did recently get a new peel mask, but I'm gonna go ahead and not use it for at least 3 months and try to see if I can get through some exfoliants. So looking at my numbers now compared to where I was in September, I have taken in 7 items, but I have managed to finish up 28 28 items, which for about a 3-month period, that's to me a lot of success and progress to have made, and I'm really excited about it. The number of items in total that encompass every single category in the closet, there were 156 back in September, and currently there are 135 items in my closet. Now, when you hear 135, that still is a substantial number of products for one person to have that they want to plan to use on their entire body. But perspective for a second, I at one point had 171 items in that closet. So I really have been substantially progressing towards having less and less, and I'm really happy with that progress. In fact, ever since I have been tracking what's in my closet, 135 is the lowest number I've ever had in there, which I attest a lot to the decision I made last spring to not purchase any body care items from any semi-annual sale. In fact, I haven't shopped at the Body Shop in over a year. I've got nothing from them, from either of their semi-annual sales that they did. For Bath & Body Works, I at first thought that it would be a challenge for me to not get any of the body care, but the reality is the products from Bath & Body Works I've discovered from using up my closet don't really change that much from year to year. Like, there might be in each season like one really unique scent that they come out with, but the reality is, and I'm not knocking them because I love the scents, but the reality is they bring the same kinds of scents year to year. They might change them or like change some small formulation of the order of fragrances, but at the end of the day, I've got everything that I could need. And so after I passed the spring semi-annual sale and didn't get anything, I felt like that wasn't a challenge for me anymore. Like, I'm no longer concerned. I have decided, and I'm not concerned about it, that I'm not buying any body care from the Body Shop, from Lush, or from Bath & Body Works, which is the predominant group represented in my closet, for the next year. The only concern or hesitation I had about that contingency was I am somebody who, if I get a coupon for a free item, like if I'm buying a candle and I have a free item coupon, or if I get just like a just whatever you want free item coupon, I'm really hard pressed to not use those. And so I'm gonna wanna keep using them. But I've agreed that what I will do is I will use those as much as I can on men's body care, or I will use them on scents that aren't exclusively the men's line that Ben will use, aka warm vanilla sugar, because he loves that scent. So that way I will still get to use the coupon and it will not go to waste, but I also won't be bringing anything into my closet. The only exception to this rule will be for Fortune Cookie soap. You guys know I'm a huge sucker for them, and I think if I had discovered them as a teenager, or if they had been around as a teenager, I probably would have a closet full of their stuff and not Bath & Body Works, because I freaking love that company. So they, as you guys know if you've followed me for a while, have done a number of different subscription boxes. They were used to do a seasonal one 4 times a year with just samples in it, and then they switched over to doing a monthly box that had a number of, I think it was like 4 to 5 full-size or deluxe size items each month that you could opt in or opt out of from month to month, and I enjoyed that, but that was really difficult to take in some of those full-size products, because unlike the samples that I could get through pretty fast and feel this sense of like, oh, it's nice to have different scents from this company that I love and still work on the full-size items, the full-size items are really difficult for me. So from what I understand, they've revamped the program, and so now they're offering a monthly box, or you can choose to have gotten that monthly box just 4 times a year. I don't believe, I could be wrong, so I'm not sure I fully understood it until I get my first box, but I believe that those items are more deluxe size or sample size. They're not full size, but even if I'm wrong and they are full size, it's just 4 boxes. So collectively, 4 boxes I don't think would be too much product to like tip me over one way or the other in regards to my usage abilities. So I feel really good about this. I feel like potentially, maybe 2019 could be the year that for half of these categories at least, I could be able to work them down to a point where they are at what I believe is a reasonable amount of product that I would be able to get through in 6 months, because that's how often the semi-annual sales happen. And while I'm not saying that I want to just keep buying Bath & Body Works products all the time. I think I would want to be able to explore fortune cookie soap more. Either way, I would like to not have more of a stock than I can get through in 6 months or cycle through in 6 months, because I just don't need to hoard all of these scents. And I really love getting usage out of the things that I spent money on. So those are my goals. Those are my rules for body care. I have a whole bunch of rules I'm going to put down for myself for 2019 for makeup. So stay tuned for that. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, especially if you've been following my hoarding closet journey from the very beginning. But I'll talk to you guys in the next video really soon. Bye.